a big update on a story that broke last night while we were on the air. It broke while I was talking to Tim Walz on the air. We got a live reaction from him here on it during the show. This was the New York Times report, this insane story late last night, that the Trump administration was planning this morning, Friday morning, to give Trump's top campaign donor the U.S. military's detailed, highly classified operational plans that we as a country would follow if we ever went to war with China. Now, Elon Musk, the president's top campaign donor, is, of course, deeply involved with the Chinese government. He has multi-billion-dollar outstanding loans with China. He, not that long ago, wrote a pro-China essay for the Chinese government's censorship agency. The majority of Tesla cars now are manufactured in China. That is where he has his largest factory, and he built that factory with direct involvement from the Chinese government. So, yeah, I mean, in case it's not super obvious what the problem would be here in him getting our war plans for going to war with China, the New York Times last night, in this shocking report that they were going to read him in on those very highly classified plans, they kind of spelled it out in even more simple terms than you might expect from a regular newspaper on a regular story. They spelled it out basically in crayon. They made it so painfully simple what was wrong with this plan that maybe the White House even couldn't fail to understand it. This is what the Times said, quote, "It was unclear what the impetus was for providing Mr. Musk such a sensitive briefing. He is not in the military chain of command, nor is he an official advisor to Trump on military matters involving China. Pentagon war plans, known in military jargon as O plans or operational plans, are among the military's most closely guarded secrets." And here's where they switched to crayon. If a foreign country was to learn how the U.S. planned to fight a war against them, that country could reinforce its defenses and address its weaknesses, making U.S. war plans far less likely to succeed against that foreign adversary. If you have a war plan with a foreign country, don't show that plan to the foreign country just in case you ever have to go to war with them, because it'll mean your war plan won't work. Get it? Do you guys get it? You want me to say it more slowly? I mean, the Times might as well have put it in all caps on a single page with a picture menu, right? Elon Musk is arguably more thoroughly and uncritically in bed with the Chinese government than any other business person who calls him or herself an American. But as of last night, according to the New York Times, Donald Trump was planning on giving him America's most detailed military plans on how exactly we would wage war against China if we ever had to, despite his deep involvement with the Chinese government. Gah! That Times report came out last night while we were on the air. By this morning, nope. Wall Street Journal headline, Trump says Elon Musk won't get briefing on Pentagon's China war plans. Yeah, quick reversal on that. And I think there are two things to see in that reversal. Number one, hey, journalism, neat. When journalists find out something is happening in the government and that thing is plainly indefensible, sometimes that makes the government stop trying to do that thing. That's why it's a good thing to have journalism. So we, the people, can find out about bad things, and maybe that stops some of those bad things in their tracks. But secondly, given his track record, I don't tend to believe things the president says just because he says them. But in this case, I'm a little bit tempted to believe him, or at least to consider the possibility that he might have been telling the truth when he told reporters this morning, or today, that he didn't know this so-called briefing on the China war plans for Elon Musk was happening. He didn't know about it. He just heard about it in the New York Times. He told reporters today that once he heard about it because of the Times reporting, he, quote, contacted White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to ask them, hey, what's this briefing that you guys are doing for Elon? Now, is he telling the truth there? I don't know, but pick your poison. Either the president ordered the Pentagon to give away the most highly sensitive and valuable national security secrets we most desperately want to keep away from China. He either ordered that we give away those secrets to his top campaign donor, who is very close to the Chinese government, or the president did not order that, which means his top campaign donor arranged that for himself and almost got it, and would have gotten it until the New York Times spilled the beans, which stopped it. Either way, do you feel like our national security is in steady hands? Did you vote for Donald Trump because he was going to be tough on China? How are we doing?